Us what the energy is like amongst the presentation team, because of course it's Durbans to lose, so I can imagine that there is quite a lot of positivity.
I think the energy is high, and I think we're quite positive, but we're not complacent amongst everybody because despite the withdrawal of Edmonton in Canada, it does not mean that it is a given. South Africa, in particular, Durban, must follow all the protocols of winning the bid, and it stands out that, among others, it will include the inspection of the very presentation that will be made. So today, what is important, it is the formal launch of the bid for 2022 for Durban, South Africa.
Minister, what really excites you about Durban's bid?
What excites me in particular, I think, is the fact that the South Africa, a country with possibilities, will have an opportunity, among others, to host the Commonwealth Games. Many nations and countries have had their turn in terms of hosting. This bid on its own is not only South Africa's bid, it is Southern Africa and Africa's bid. It is our turn. And as much as we are bidding, but we know that among the outstanding mega sporting events that, among others, were postponed for some time, it is the Commonwealth Games and the Olympics. And now that the possibility it is there, that in 2022 South Africa will host these games, I think that is quite exciting, and at the same time a very important step in terms of ensuring that most of the mega events, in particular for future generations, in which they would have had to travel to go and watch these games, now it is here with us in South Africa.
Minister, so the Commonwealth Games is the first step for us potentially putting forward an Olympic bid in the future.
Yes, but that is not totally conclusive. You will know that South Africa was supposed to actually be one of the hosts in 2022, and we had to postpone that because it was too soon after the World Cup. And the cabinet had to take a decision to say that let us give that a pass because we have had an opportunity to host the World Cup. And, unlike Brazil, we can't have them back to back. And now that the Commonwealth, it's a step in the right direction. One of the things we need to explain is the fact that Edmonton had to withdraw because, among others, they had to start infrastructural development of sporting infrastructure from the scratch, and that would have meant a lot for them. With South Africa, and in particular the Durban bid, ours is really to basically improve what is already there and basically do the overlay. So we're not going to start everything from the scratch. What would have cost South Africa maybe 50 billion or whatever, it will not be the case with regard to this particular bid, which is something good, and it is an important foundation for us going into the future if we want the Olympics in South Africa.
Minister, that is the next question, is about the cost, because whenever we speak about hosting a global event, especially when it comes to sport, people worry about the cost of the event. So currently, as you guys have put together your bid, what is the cost of us hosting the Commonwealth Games in 2022, potentially?
I think it is not going to be something less than $1 billion. In terms of those particular costs, they are actually being consolidated at the present moment because there's a whole lot of consultation even in government with regard to the treasury and so on. But I think it should cost us not less than 3 billion rand going forward.
Lovely. That's the Minister of Sport and Recreation chatting to us from London. Thank you very much, and all the best of luck to you and the presentation committee for a couple of hours' time. I know at 1 o'clock South African time you guys are going to be doing your 20-minute presentation. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you very much for this, and coming to you live from London, Cold City, and hope everything goes according to plan today. Thank you for having us. Thank you.